In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a take profit as well as a stop loss for a position that is already open on the Blofin futures market. Let's get into the video. Here's how to set up a take profit and a stop loss on your futures position. So I'll demonstrate this using Bitcoin versus Tether on the 4-hour chart. The first thing I need to do is get myself into a small position so I can demonstrate this. So I'm going to come up here to the order panel. I'll go ahead and just use this slider bar like so. This should work just fine for this demonstration. So I'm going to come down here, click on buy long and confirm. Now I'm in my small long position. To set up the take profit and stop loss, we first need to choose the price points that we wish to set our stop loss as well as our take profit. So let's head up here to the chart. And for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to set up my stop loss somewhere just below this wick right here. Maybe I believe that if Bitcoin manages to get down there again and below that wick, that it's probably going to be moving lower and maybe I want to be stopped out. So what I'll do next is I'll grab a horizontal here from the drawing tools and I'll mark an area somewhere just below that wick, maybe something like this. Now let's imagine for my take profit that I'm targeting this pivot right up here. Once again, I'll grab a horizontal here from the drawing tools and I'll go ahead and mark out a spot, maybe these candle bodies, something like this. Now I can see price points on the y-axis of the chart correlating to those horizontals, which represent my take profit and stop loss. So what we need to do next is come down here, click where it says position, and then right over here where it says TPSL, we'll click on this little plus sign. Then we'll get a pop-up window where we can type in our take profit and stop loss. In this box here, I can type in my take profit, which I can see on the y-axis of the chart, coming in at 72,433. So I'll just go ahead and type it in like so. Now I can do the same for the stop loss. And of course, I can see my stop loss on the y-axis of the chart at 59,354. So I'll type that in, 59,354. Right here, I can see that Blofin is estimating what my profit would be if my take profit gets hit. And I can see what my loss would be right here if my stop loss was to get hit. Once you have your take profit and stop loss set up the way that you want it, just come down here, click on confirm. Now I've set that take profit and stop loss. So if I get rid of these horizontals, just like so, we can now see them on the chart itself, right inside these boxes. Now we can also amend these by simply grabbing onto them and moving them wherever we want. So let's imagine I wanted to move my stop loss up a bit, maybe something like this. You can see I just dragged it up and I amended it to 59,683. It's the same for the take profit. Let's imagine I wanted to pull it down a bit, maybe something like this. Let go. And now you can see that I just amended the take profit down to 71,109. If you want to cancel these all together, what you would do is just click on the X inside these little boxes. Now, as you can see, I just got rid of the take profit as well as the stop loss. So the key thing here is make sure you choose a take profit and stop loss that makes sense for you. Now, normally when I'm trading, I'm considering my stop loss before I even open the position. I believe that risk management is one of the most important factors to being successful over time as a trader. So in this demonstration, realistically, I probably wouldn't have entered a trade position up here, managing my risk way down here. A better trade idea for me would have been maybe placing a limit order to open my long position, maybe just above these candle bodies like so. Then, if price action was to retrace down to my entry and fill my order right here at 60,459, it's less distance to my stop loss, which I had right around this area here, than if I opened my position up in this area. Ooh, just got rid of that line, so I'll put it back in the chart. So as you can see, if I was able to enter my position down here, the distance to my stop loss would have been, maybe a couple percent. If I was to enter right up here with a market order and my stop loss was to get hit, you can see that would have been a 6.54% drawdown. So it's always a good idea to try to consider your stop loss before you even place your position. That way, you have more of an opportunity to minimize your loss if the trades go against you. So for me, realistically, I probably would have set a limit order to open my long down here, with my risk maybe managed down around this area here. For me, that's just a way better trade idea. Now, of course, maybe price action doesn't get down there. Maybe price just takes off from here. And of course, I would miss this trade altogether because price failed to fill my trade down here. But for my trading style, I'm always happy to let the trade come to me. If my conditions for a trade are not met, it's not a trade that I want to take. So whatever asset that you're trading, Whatever position sizes you're using, maybe just give a little bit of thought to your stop loss before you even enter the position. That way, a stop loss can potentially be a more effective tool for you, but only you can decide which price points make the most sense for you. At the end of the day, that's how you can set up a stop loss. And there you have it. That's how you can set up a take profit as well as a stop loss. If you got some value out of that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Also, feel free to check out my other Blofin tutorials, which I've put together in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.